Welcome back. The European Union has announced it's doubling its financial contribution to a security force mounted by the 5 countries of the Sahel region: Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali, Mauritania and Niger. The EU's foreign policy chief, Federica Mogherini, promised the extra $61 million at the start of an international donor conference in Brussels, attended by 50 nations. She also highlighted the need for development funds in the region, where the EU is investing nearly $10 billion in its 7-year plan until 2020. She further stated that it was important for the region and also for Europe. Well, the British Broadcasting Corporation has launched its 2018 Komla Duma Award, seeking a rising star of African journalism for the BBC World News Award. That's now in its 4th year. Journalists from across the continent are invited to apply for the award, which aims to uncover and promote fresh talent from Africa. The award was established to honor Komla Duma, an exceptional Ghanaian broadcaster and presenter for the BBC World News, who died suddenly in 2014. Previous winners of the award include Didi Akinyelure and Amina Yuguda, both from Nigeria, and Nancy Kasungera from Uganda. This year's award is being launched from the Ghanaian capital, Accra, as applications will close on March the 23rd, 2018. Outside the shores of Nigeria, mobile payments, digital wallets, and other forms of financial technology, which is also known as FinTech, have seen a widespread of adoption over the last decade. But across Africa, the FinTech industry is gradually emerging. A large share of the African continent is unbanked, and about 90% of the retail payments are made using cash, meaning that there is so much potential for the FinTech startups. An example of such potential is the way the blockchain technology is gradually transforming the FinTech industry. According to the latest research from Accenture, deploying blockchain for automating certain financial processes can help FinTech and banks save billions of dollars in a year. Well, joining us now is Ogunlade Oluwole, who's a FinTech specialist. For more on this, thanks for joining us on Network Africa. Now, how is the blockchain technology helping to transform the FinTech industry?
Yeah, thank you for having me. The impact of blockchain in transforming banking services is actually becoming evident, even in Nigeria. One good example is borderless banking services, which is hacking to how, mobile telephony makes it possible for you to roam your number even when you leave your country. So it's very possible using using blockchain to tokenize the digital asset of the user, including your biometrics, and making that data interoperate with multiple bank partners. A platform like Bopay Bank, which will be launching soon, is taking advantage of blockchain to make it very possible for diaspora to be able to enjoy plurality, a case where they can have one banking solution, that is cross-border. That's one good example of how blockchain can have big impact in financial technology and banking services. There are quite a lot more. For example, the impact of blockchain has been assessed to really improve security and efficiency of banking solution in Africa. It's something we in the startup phase really look forward to banks adopting and changing how people move money around in Africa.
Now, looking at the numbers now, there's still a slow adoption of people doing transaction online. Why is that?
This could be expected. Way back in 1983, when the internet as we know it launched, not a lot of people believed that it has so much potential. The same is with every technology that launches. You expect that the adoption will be slow. But as more people, including government, realize the importance of this kind of technology to reducing costs, to accelerating efficiency, more people will definitely buy into this kind of technology. More data coming shows there are more people now using POS services, using mobile payment as well as web payment. I'm sure with time, we'll see a lot of massive adoption everywhere.
Security is a major area that people doing business online have been concerned about. How does the blockchain technology help?
That's a great question. One big impact of blockchain is that it gives everyone the same version of truth. Now, what I mean by that is it's a digital asset that shows you who has owned that property. And because of the power of the audit, that everyone is able to know who has what at one time or the other. So in terms of security, we know there has been a lot of lapses in the financial system, but platforms, technology like blockchain makes it very easy for everyone to know who has what and at the same time. So issue of money laundering can easily be dealt with blockchain.
Ogunlade Oluwole, FinTech specialist, thanks for speaking with us on Network Africa.
Thank you for having me. "24-year-old Kwesi Botchway is a Ghanaian artist who captures the beauty of old age with his brush. He's working on a series of portraits that capture the beauty and death in the faces of the elderly. Let's take a look.
Kwesi Botchway is one of Ghana's young, up-and-coming artists, and his latest inspiration is old age. Today, his model is Sarah Labi, a 90-year-old retired teacher. Botchway has been working on the series called Age of No Return for the last 2 years. Paintings for the collection have already featured in exhibitions in the United States, South Africa, and parts of Europe. 24-year-old Botchway started drawing while still in school. What seemed like a distraction from books at the time turned out to be a talent that developed when he went to art school.
I think it all started when I was in primary. I used to sketch a lot. Like, I don't focus on reading much. I used to sketch a lot. Like, I feel like I was having a lot of love for drawing. So when going to school, I used to sketch my teacher when she was teaching. Every time she'll be like, Kwesi, you don't learn. Like, so she felt that the love for art was so much for me. So after my JHS, she was like, I have to focus, I have to go to an art school.
Botchway grew up in Nema, a slum in Accra, where he drew inspiration for his earlier works. He has done a series on the physically challenged and vulnerable children. He says the focus on the elderly is hopeful and an appreciation of their wisdom and contributions to society, which is often taken for granted.
Well, I had the idea of Age of No Return series whilst living with my family, because I grew up in a very big compound house where I saw a lot of old people and also with a lot of young generations. Well, I have seen young people throwing insult to the older people and not giving them the much respect that they needed, which for me, I think they should be our role models. They should be people that we have to look up to. They should be people that we have to learn so much from, because they have lived life with experience.
Botchway also specializes in portraits, saying the face, particularly the eyes, bring him so close to his subject that he can relay their emotions on the canvas.
And that's our program today. Thank you for watching. I am BC Adebayo.